So yeah, as I was saying,
let's kick it off.
I just cut my hair. That's a pretty interesting way to start it because it was down to here, and I cut it up to here.
I mean, all you did is cut the bottom, right?
Yeah, but it was a lot. Wait, let me go get it out of the trash so I can show you.
I know. I saw it was like 6 inches. Like,
I think
that looks like
that's
a rat.
more than 6 inches. Holy crap! You should measure it.
Every guy watching this is freaking out that mom just said this is more than 6 inches.
That looks like maybe 4 inches.
It's like 4. It's
Really?
So soft.
Okay, I have some stuff for us today. I'm gonna read off common dating advice that guys give other guys, and you're gonna tell me if you think it's good or bad.
I feel like this is like the videos we used to make, except longer versions.
All right, are you ready for the first one?
pretty much.
I know.
Do you think this is good or bad advice? Number 1, never stick your in crazy.
What?
In crazy?
Like a
Never
crazy
stick
girl?
your dick in crazy.
What defines
Like a
crazy?
girl?
Is that good or bad advice?
Horrible.
It's stupid.
This is advice that guys give other guys, and I know this is true because when I'm in the sauna, people say stuff like this all the time.
is
Dad has
crazy-
said this multiple times.
Is crazy the name of a blender?
Yeah, like
It's a brand of
why are we
blender.
why are we talking like this? Don't stick your dick in crazy. Who the fuck says
Never
that?
stick your dick in crazy.
Does
I've heard
crazy
many
want
what I
you? Does
imagine.
crazy
say
even
this.
want you? That's the question.
Well, what's crazy? I guess that's the first question.
They're saying
Honestly,
a crazy girl.
Yeah, I probably would say.
Like,
I agree with
do
that.
you think all of you would be considered crazy?
No.
on average?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
I think when I think of crazy,
I think a lot of people on the internet would say yeah, but in real life, no.
no, I think crazy.
Very tame.
Like when I think of that, it's like obsessive, like
yeah, like stalker.
stalkerish. Yeah, and we're not that.
No.
I've never been
that's what you mean.
stalkerish.
So
Yeah,
like,
I'm
okay,
not that.
So what you think it means is like if you sleep with a girl, then she's absolutely obsessed with you, will not leave you alone,
Yeah,
and ruins
that
your
or
life.
yeah, and she starts like hanging out outside your
Well,
like,
then
window
maybe
and,
don't
like, across the
casually
street
sleep with a
watching.
girl.
But that goes for both sides. Like, don't sleep with a narcissist. Don't date a narcissist.
Oh, that's really hard because most of them are.
I feel like if I slept with a guy and then he's calling me fucking crazy because I wanted to see him again, I'd be like, you're crazy. Like don't sleep with somebody that you don't actually care about at all.
That's actually a pretty good point. Why'd you
Yeah.
sleep with the person in the first place?
Exactly.
If you
Because
don't know
people
who
do
they
that.
are.
Yeah.
Because people do that.
I mean,
They have
I
one-night
guess
stands.
that's sound advice, but it's very odd and generic. What are you pointing at me for? It was never one night. Normally
'Cause,
2.
like people do that stuff, you know, like they have sex on the first day meeting them.
And that's
Yeah,
fine if you
that's all-
both want to do it.
I just want to say that I've never done that before. So
Well,
Neither have I.
you're vanilla.
You're pure.
I'm a good boy. I'm a good pure boy.
I'm the only rambunctious one in this.
Listen,
No,
I
I've
would
done
love
that.
to if the
Well,
opportunity
not including
presented
you,
itself.
but out of us 3.
Not including
Well,
me.
Kate and I made a pact with each other where
Yeah, Adam,
we
me,
are
Brandon,
reborn
Kennedy.
virgins. So
Okay.
we have the rings and everything. to
Well, you
prove
guys
it right
give
now.
that energy, so
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
back to purity. We've never done the deed
Brandon.
before.
You're still lying.
You
Because I
guys-
remember when you got those rings.
When? From where?
You guys seem
You
like you
showed
would
me a whole
dress up
bunch of
as
rings
Harry
or
Potter
something.
characters and then
That's actually a good idea. I stole those Harry Potter robes. Oh, we threw them away. We used to have Harry Potter robes and I threw them away.
Yeah, you guys should play
We could
the
have done
game
some
then.
role
why would you
playing
throw
with
those
that.
away? You should have donated them.
I know I'm so well because we had this huge storage unit of shit of props from all the videos we've ever made. And I had to throw it away because there's
Yeah,
nowhere
where are
to
the
put
wands?
it. Yeah, you have the wands. I was looking for the fucking wands. I have
I don't
authentic
have
Harry
them.
Potter wands, and you stole them.
No, somebody gave them to me.
And I was telling Kate I wanted to show Kate my wands.
They're mine.
go to
They're
Universal.
not
You can
yours.
buy real wands there.
Yeah,
They were real wands.
these are real.
Yeah.
At
what the
Universal.
These are the real ones.
What are you gonna do with them? They don't have fucking magic.
fuck? Pretend.
Poke yourself in the ass.
You're right.
Well, what's the spell? You know the spells.
Alhamora is one to unlock locks.
You
I only know
stupefy all of them.
When
Leviosa is
Wingardium
another one.
Leviosa.
Oh, the floating spell. That one's good.
Stupefy.
Yeah, I would use that on everyone.
Stupefy.
Okay, next one. Next one.
Self-portrait. Mom,
Wait,
are you wearing a push-up bra?
No.
It's just a tight bra.
You look like you're wearing a
Just one of my
bustier.
work-
You look like you should be at
No,
the
it's one of my
Renaissance fair.
Workout bras.
Is this good dating advice? Never have more than 2 drinks in the presence of a woman. You need to always be in control. So basically, don't get shit-faced in front of a girl.
I agree with that, honestly. That reminds me of a story. I went out with a guy for the first date. We went to one of the bars and I watched him drink in 1 hour. I watched him drink 2 of the really tall beers and I was just watching him get drunker and drunker. And then he ordered a drink. and he was like so sloppy, and then
Yeah, that's good
I wanted
advice.
to leave. Yeah, I
Don't-
wanted to leave, so I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was gross.
Although I think that's saying it for a different reason, saying that you need to be in control, but in control of yourself, not
Right,
anybody else.
exactly.
There's just if you have
behavior.
to get that drunk to go on a date, maybe you shouldn't be going on the date.
I think he was so nervous, and then when I wanted to leave because he was grossing me out, he like he followed me to my car in the rain.
Ew.
Yeah, and he was like standing there, and I didn't turn around, but I saw him in my the rear view mirror looking at my car, and I was like, just kept saying like, "Oh my god, drive away, drive away!" I thought he was gonna like chase my
when
car.
When was that?
Like 5-6 years ago.
Ew.
It was like one of the last dates that's really what pushed me over the edge.
I think a
was
lot of
like
people
that.
can't go on dates unless they're really drunk because
Oh,
it makes
God,
you
going
so
on
much
dates
more
sucks.
comfortable.
And a lot of people
lowers your
also-
anxiety.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't eat before because they're nervous, and then they drink a ton, and then you get fucked up because you didn't eat. And I don't know. I just feel like if you're that nervous for a date, you shouldn't be going on it. And
I never went on dates.
Well, I told Kate this when I met her. One of my biggest turnoffs is when somebody gets really sloppy drunk. Mm-hmm. That's one of my biggest turnoffs.
same.
Yeah.
It just
I think
is,
that's
man.
everyone's biggest turn. Who wouldn't be turned off by that?
It's
It's I don't know.
Sloppy
If-
drunk is only fun if you're also sloppy drunk.
so that's an
Yeah.
ick.
that's one of my icks for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is good, which is good. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's reading actually good ones, not stupid ones.
Is this good dating advice? Never respond to a text within 5 minutes. It makes you look desperate.
Okay, that is
No.
a game.
I hate that shit.
I hate that.
That is a
No,
game.
you need to just fucking answer when you see the text because it's so annoying thinking that someone's purposely doing that.
Literally, I just watched Sex in the City, an episode about that.
And also, I actually respect somebody more if they respond right away. If they wait hours and hours or half
Yeah.
the day to respond, I'm like, okay, first of all, they either don't actually care about me that much or they suck at responding. Both things are turnoffs to me.
Yeah, but like
no
if
one's that
somebody's
fucking busy.
yeah, well,
No.
sometimes they
Everybody's
are
on their
busy.
phone
Like, yeah.
constantly. If they're not texting
No, that's not true. I have been playing Hogwarts. When I play Hogwarts Legacy, I do not look at my phone at all
Mom,
for hours.
You're not texting
Hours,
anyone.
I'm not
though.
kidding.
Yeah, you're not dating
but
anyone that you're texting.
It doesn't matter. Even if like my mom would write me.
Yes,
I
but
don't
you
see
know
for
that's
hours.
not urgent
That's
and that's not a
different.
big deal to answer.
I get it, but I'm just saying people get
No,
busy.
it's the type of thing where if you're into someone and you're texting them, you want them to just answer and not feel like you're like, oh, they're waiting 3 hours to answer
Yeah.
me and trying to make it seem like they're busy
How
and they have
about
shit
this?
going on.
How about you wait 3 hours, or they text you and then you make them wait 3 hours.
I don't
before
do
you
that.
Answer back.
Exactly, but then it becomes some crazy game,
Yeah,
and then
that's
you're
a
not.
game.
So
you're-
I'm guilty of this, but I do not do it intentionally.
I used
I've been
to.
called out for this by like pretty much everyone I've dated, where I like won't
Well,
respond.
I know you because like him.
But
like,
I do
exactly.
it. I do it because I'm in the middle of something, and I know
Right.
if I respond, it will distract me, and then I'll have to like reset and go back to what I'm doing.
Yep.
So I'm like, when I'm done this, then I'll
Okay,
respond.
well then you need to
Right.
learn how to multitask because I can be doing something, I answer quickly, put it
Same.
down, keep doing what I'm doing.
and then you
Same.
probably get distracted and go and do something else.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
No,
you do.
women can multitask
I
a lot
don't.
better than men can. That's a fact.
Oh my, is that a study?
is a
literally-
fact.
Can you pull out a study right now
It
and
is
show
a
me?
fact.
I
Do you know
literally
why?
text all day long.
That's why we get
while getting
pregnant.
everything done.
Wait,
That's
what
why
does it
we
have to
can
do
get
with getting pregnant?
because
how's
a mother
pregnancy multitasking?
because you have to do so many things while you're taking care of that child when it's first born and everything. Like we
Listen,
have to
Jesse-
do so many things, and guys just get so flustered.
Jesse
and women
said to
just
me
do it.
yesterday-
and that's not like being mean towards guys. It's just true.
I was taking care of the puppy. He was away for the day for work. I was taking care of him. He wakes up at 5:30 in the morning, and I filmed an entire morning vlog with taking care of him for TikTok. And Jesse was like, that was like impressive how you filmed that while also taking care of him because he's not, you have to like carry him
Right.
downstairs in one hand. I have my tripod with my phone on it in the other, keep setting it up while also tending to him and making sure he's not doing anything wrong and
Right.
pissing
That's
on the floor.
multitasking.
Well, yeah,
You're brilliant
no, that's
at
good.
it.
I can't do that. If I was like in the
Right.
middle of working and a dog was like barking
Right.
or I had to carry it around or something, I would not get anything done. And I probably wouldn't take care of the dog at the same time, so it would just like nullify everything.
Well, I feel sorry for
Useless.
you when you
Well,
have
you don't
children.
even take care of yourself when you're working, so
Oh, no, I do now.
If you even think about women who are pregnant and have to deal with all of the ailments that come with pregnancy and they still go about their days, think about how when men have a cold, they're like big babies. That's also just a known thing. Like that's not even, everybody
men
knows.
have no idea
The man
what it feels like to be a woman and
No.
the pains that we go
But
through.
women
and
have
everything.
no idea what it's like to have a penis.
Thank God.
I was
I
just
don't
going to
want
say
something
that.
dangling
So-
off my fucking body.
I don't want that.
It can be really hard.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
And really soft.
So the texting one, not good advice.
No.
No, bad advice.
Bad
We got
advice.
way
You
off
should
topic
respond
on
right
that.
away like a crazy weirdo.
Fuck
No,
these
just
stupid
respond when you
games.
fucking see it.
You're
unless
not
you're
in
actually
That's the
busy.
conclusion. Oh, I like this one a lot.
We have to be more
Is this-
attentive.
Shh, silence. Is this good dating advice? Women respond to status over looks. If you're an ugly guy, work on your career.
What? I don't even
So
understand that.
women care more about the job that you have than the way you look. So you would date an unattractive guy who has a really good job. He's like a billionaire.
No, I don't think
No,
that's true.
That's
At least
really
not for me.
stupid fucking advice. Just
Really
be a
stupid.
good person, be a kind person, be respectful. At the end of the day, I think all three of us could say we could fall in love with somebody who was broke and not that cute if they had an amazing personality.
So there's plenty of studies on this. Women care more about status. Men care more about physical attractiveness.
Well, it would depend if someone was okay. You're saying broke, but as long as they had a career that they were still working towards, because if they're not driven, even if they're the nicest person ever, if they're not driven and
That's
working,
true.
So let me ask you this. Would you rather have somebody super attractive? They're like a 10 out of 10, but they have like no job and they're kind of mooching off you. So, but they're like a trophy. They're like beautiful.
Kind of what I used to do.
Or, but they weren't that
they
beautiful.
were not trophies.
I thought they were good looking.
Or would you rather have somebody who is very unattractive in your opinion, but is a billionaire and is a really good
Yeah, but
person?
why do they have to be
Obviously-
very unattractive? Because
Yeah.
there's plenty of decent
I'm
looking.
going over two extremes here, Mom.
There's not plenty of decent looking billionaires.
One of the two extremes.
I'd pick the
not
latter.
Obviously, I'd pick billionaire. I don't give a fuck if he looks like a goddamn model.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No one's mooching off me.
What if he looks like a rhinoceros? Rhinoceros.
A rhinoceros?
What if his face is just that of a rhinoceros?
Is it like,
Like, literally-
grotesque?
Grotesque.
And
What
I'm
is
not.
that? I don't
I'm not
understand.
picking either.
Like Beauty and the Beast, he's the Beast.
Right. I wouldn't
Okay,
You're the beauty,
either.
he's the beast.
I mean, does he stink?
And he smells like wet dog.
Okay, yeah, no. Then I'm choosing the broke guy. I'll be his little sugar mama.
You would choose
I'm
a
choosing
broke guy
neither.
over a wet dog
Listen,
billionaire.
I think
I'd
there's
be
a
rather
part
be
of
single.
me. There's a part of me that would enjoy spoiling somebody like that, even though I don't have the funds to do that. But
Absolutely.
Kennedy has such masculine
Not.
qualities. It's so fun. Kennedy, it's so funny. You have such masculine qualities.
really,
She
Okay.
wears.
I find it's hilarious.
She says,
yeah,
no
I'm more of a
comment.
man than half the men in this world.
For the men listening, just called your ass out.
Yeah,
God.
and listen, they'll get all angry and then they'll write their little paragraphs, and you'll prove my point. So go ahead and do that.
Oh, damn. Next one. Is this good dating advice? If you meet a girl at a bar or club, never give her your number. She's not marriage material. So
That's not
You
true.
can't,
What?
So you can't meet girls at bars.
Oh my God, that is so not
Oh,
true.
but
I know
you're at the
people-
bar.
That's
I know
misogynistic
people that
as
got
fuck.
married meeting at a bar.
You're both at the
Wait,
bar.
wait, really?
Yes, and they're still together.
Because I don't think you can really meet people at a bar.
Yes, you can.
That's so not true. There's people that I know that are like getting married and they met on Tinder.
Exactly.
And
No.
you wouldn't think that you'd meet someone on Tinder either.
Where else
No,
are you
I
supposed to
wonder-
meet
I wonder
somebody?
how
Tinder.
long Tinder marriages last on
Probably
average.
a long time.
It's not about like where you meet someone. It's literally just about like the luck of meeting someone that fits.
Exactly.
you.
And
Like,
also if you're gonna tell yourself, oh, I met this girl at a bar, therefore I can't marry her, like what does anybody even
That's
think
just
like
stupid.
that anymore?
And then also, a lot of times, like a friend will be like, "Hey, come out with me tonight," and that person never ever really goes out
Yeah,
to a
but
bar, and
also-
they happen to meet somebody at a bar.
Also, it's like if you're both single, I'm sorry, like a lot of single people go to the bars. It doesn't mean that it's the best place in the world. Yeah, obviously, I feel like we all had our phases and everybody eventually grows out of doing that. But
Here's what I think bars are. I think bars, you know how peacocks like spread their like feathers and stuff to show off when they're trying to mate?
Yeah,
I imagine
that's
going
what
out
you
to the
do.
bars, like guys and girls dress up like peacocks, and they're basically like
Yep.
flashing
Not
their
all the
feathers to
time.
other people at the bar so they can try to get laid.
I don't think
That's what I
all
think
the
bars are
time.
for.
I
Are
don't
for,
think- it
which is
depends on what
completely
bar.
fine. That's
no,
a,
if it's
that's a fun
if
thing to
it's a
do.
Depends on
restaurant,
what bar.
no, if it's a restaurant bar, that's a different story. But if it's a literal bar club place that you're going and like dancing
Yeah.
and like whatever, I only ever used to
Yeah.
like those places when I was single and like looking for someone to talk to, or was talking to someone that I knew would be at the bar.
You just want the attention of going there.
and after
Everyone
that,
wants that.
if you-
Everyone wants that. That's
if
why
you don't
bars are so
have that-
successful.
If you don't have that or you don't have that person, it's not fun anymore. And you're like, why am I even here?
Yeah.
Who am I here to talk to? No one.
And then you want to leave.
Yep.
Yeah, but then so do they. And so after later, when you get their number and you talk to them, you both agree that it sucks, but they're happy they're talking.
So you think this is bad advice?
Yeah,
You,
who- where
do you
advice
think that
from?
you should get somebody's number at a bar?
If you
I
like
think you
them,
can.
it doesn't mean that it's going to go anywhere. You could wake up the next day and the thought of them could make you nauseous.
I just
Although
think
you
it's
should
not,
wait-
it's
Hold
not
on.
that serious. Like,
You should wait until the lights at the end go on so you can see each other, because most of the time you decide you don't want to
no,
do
you'll
that
still
anymore.
be drunk. You got to wait till the next
No,
day.
I've seen lights go on and I'm like, oh, never mind.
I can't relate to this because I've never met somebody out like this. And when I go to bars, I'm normally with friends, and the only people coming up to me are girls.
Candy, have you ever stayed in a bar until they turn the lights on?
God, no. But I did stay out until past 1 a.m. the other day.
Oh yeah, she told me that she stayed at a club past 1
That
a.m.
is
That's insane for you,
something.
Kennedy. Oh my, there must have been some boy there that you had your
There
eyes
wasn't.
on to stay
There
out that
wasn't.
late.
I was with
No, she's
friends.
hanging with her friends.
Yeah, we were doing
What?
karaoke.
I'm impressed.
That's why.
No, I feel like
Wow.
that's different. If you're doing karaoke,
You think a fucking boy would keep me out that late? Do you
Oh, I know what it
me?
is. I know what it is. I know what it is. You've been watching Sex in the City, and
No,
you
I
think you're Carrie
haven't.
Bradshaw.
I
Yeah,
haven't been
that's
watching
why.
Sex in the City. I finished it
I
like
have
2
been
months
watching
ago.
2 months ago. You did
she's
not-
been watching Desperate Housewives, which I started watching last night. It's good.
Oh, you did?
Oh my god, I'm gonna be a desperate housewife one day.
No, Claudia is.
God, no, but I do love the houses in that neighborhood.
And this one's good. Okay, this is this good dating advice for a guy to give another guy? When in a group of your bros, always be the one to walk in front. Any woman that spots you will know you're the highest status guy there.
Brandon,
So-
where did you get
so
these?
lead the pack. Lead the pack. Where do you think?
Stop going on Reddit.
Seriously.
Corey goes on Reddit. I've never been on Reddit.
Don't
Corey's
support.
the Reddit researcher.
Don't fucking support this thing that allows people to bully me.
Yeah,
Well,
really.
No,
And
don't
make fun of us.
This is not where to get information about anything dating. We all know Reddit is like the incel central.
Yes, I understand, but I literally hear guys in the sauna say this, so I know it's actually true. Like I know this is what people believe,
I think that is so stupid.
and so
I
I
can't
wanted to
believe
get
you
your
hear that
reactions
stuff
to
in the
it.
sauna.
I think
Oh,
that's
people say
stupid.
some fucked up shit in the sauna.
I meet
It's usually
the best
younger
people
guys.
in the sauna.
It's either like really young guys or like the really
That's
old dudes who
weird.
have given up on life and are like, yeah, my opinion's not changing. This is what I think. Kind of like how Dad is, where you literally can't change their opinion. They're just like stuck in their own beliefs.
Dude,
No.
the women in the sauna, like when I go in the sauna, the women were all just silent. No one's
I don't know why they
talking.
talk to me.
That is
Dude,
a
men
perfect.
let it out, man.
Because you look at people.
That is a perfect example. Claudia saying the women in the sauna are silent, and Brandon saying the men in the sauna are fucking talking about whatever this is. That's a perfect example of
No,
women.
I've been in
I've
the
heard-
sauna where the women
Listen to
wouldn't
this.
stop talking.
What I was going to say is how men in the sauna will talk about how much they hate their wives, and they'll tell everyone. Yeah, they'll just be like, I hate my wife. She sucks.
Oh my
Like I just
god.
have to put up with her.
No,
It's
women
crazy.
don't-
I'm like,
women
why don't you
do
just
that.
get divorced then? Like
because they don't want to fucking be
Because-
alone.
Well, that or they just don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with what comes with getting a divorce.
The
They
women
probably
talk
have
about
kids.
medical stuff.
Yeah, literally.
Literally
The only
medical
time I've
stuff.
ever heard them talking. Remember that one? Ugh, God no. That one woman. That one's. Fuck you, bro. That one woman that wouldn't stop talking to people. Remember her?
Oh, yeah.
Me and you were in the sauna,
Yeah.
and she just was
I
like, rambling.
Sometimes you just want to be quiet and just hear nothing.
See, no one talks to me in the sauna because I literally do not look at them. I go in, I sit down, and I look down.
But I wasn't looking at anybody either. And then this one lady, and I'm actually glad she talked to me because she's a nurse practitioner for cannabis. So she's going to redo my like medical card. And I got it for Kennedy in case she wants.
Mom, I
medical
also feel like you
card.
just give off energy that you will talk to strangers. Like
I was
like
just
me-
sitting there. My eyes were like half closed. I don't even understand what kind of energy I was giving off that day. But she just looked
just
at me
an
like,
energy.
your skin is so pretty. What do you use? I was like, how am I going to not
blood of
talk
babies.
to her? She complimented me. It was really sweet.
I wouldn't
And then
mind
found
if
out that
someone
she's a
was
nurse
talking. I don't
practitioner.
mind when people strike up a conversation with me if they're just being polite and it's like wholesome conversation.
I just hate when it goes like too much and then they're like, you're like, all right, I really want to relax, and they don't. I mean, no one does that to me, honestly.
I think it's just when too many women talk at once.
I must
and
have
they're-
resting bitch
Well, listen
face.
to this. This is the reason the guy who told me he hates his wife said that he was staying with her.
Oh, he was
which is
telling
insane.
you?
He was telling everyone, but he was talking to me, but everyone was listening. This is the reason.
hates his wife, but he's staying with
This
her.
is the reason. She does his laundry. I'm literally not making this up. This dude was like a giant baby in a men's body.
Okay,
man's
what did he
body.
look like?
He
What,
could-
what did he look like? Describe him vividly, and let's hope that she'll see this.
White man, short hair,
course.
like kind of balding a little bit, and then like slightly
course.
overweight.
Of course.
Very open. Didn't like nothing held back. Whatever's on his mind, it's just like a stream of consciousness coming
and
out.
Brandon,
Because
would you
that's
say he
probably
was?
his.
Would you say he was attractive?
Would I bang him? Probably not. But there's probably somebody out there who would.
That's Brandon's way of
but
saying
these,
no.
These men that do that, this is like them going to the gym is like their little social getaway hour where they get to go and be away from their wife and they can just like
It's like their
fucking
therapy sessions.
shit talk. They think they're in the locker room again and they're fucking 18 years old.
He gets home and he literally kneels to her.
Yeah, I think
No,
he does.
he probably gets home, sits his ass on a
Probably.
recliner, fucking has dinner brought to him.
Truly.
I cannot believe he said.
Well, she's basically his mom at this point. Like if he didn't have her, how would he function in the world?
A lot of
He would lose
wives
his
become
mom.
mothers.
His mother wife.
Okay, he's got to do something for her because she's not going to just stay there and do his
That's not
laundry.
true because in Desperate Housewives, the families are like half of them are literally miserable and hate each other. But
Exactly.
like, they just stay in it.
You guys are gonna really, really love this one.
She would
Is
wear
this good
this.
dating advice? Date around with multiple women at the same time so you don't get too attached to anyone.
It can go the same way for women.
I mean, yeah, but you'll just never find someone that's like worth keeping if you're
Right.
gonna do that.
Yeah. That's a very like surface level approach.
I think
to
everyone
dating.
should have like a fun time where they get to date multiple people. If you're not committed to anyone,
Yeah,
you don't
I
owe
think
them
it
anything.
depends on what stage
but
of life
also,
it
you
is
better
for
not
you.
be like being dirty sleeping around because you don't want to give someone an STD.
Or if you're going to do that, just don't
know.
lie about it.
I
And make
feel
sure you
like-
tell the other women.
I feel like if you're dating multiple people at once because you're afraid of getting hurt or you're afraid of getting attached, like why are you dating anyone then? Like
Yeah, you should go get some help.
I would rather focus my energy on one person at a time. Like I don't know how people date multiple people at once. Literally how you have the energy for that.
these men want to live in The Bachelor. They think they're The Bachelor.
This is a question that I have for the Bachelor and Bachelorette because it literally never made sense to me. How are these girls okay with the guy going around and like kissing and sleeping
not.
with a bunch of girls at the same time? How is that a real thing?
They're not.
They're not,
Don't
but
you
also,
ever see them crying?
Even watching it, like you can't understand it because I'm just like, oh look, he kissed the fourth girl in the same night.
Right.
Yeah, and they're like, he's such a good guy. I'm like, that's not a good guy. I'm sorry. If you're going
Yeah.
around kissing 4 girls in one night,
But
that's not
the
a good
thing
guy.
is, but also they know what they're getting into. They,
Yeah.
you know what you're signing up for,
Yeah,
and like,
Right.
let's say you get married to him. What's saying that he's not going to go and try to kiss another 4 girls while you're married to him?
I honestly think on shows like that, they don't actually truly end up liking the Bachelor or Bachelorette that much. They just being on that set and the way the producers manipulate them, I think they just get so sucked into it. And then they
Yeah, I
probably
agree.
end the show and they're like, oh, I don't even care.
Well,
No,
a
the
lot of
thing
them
is-
get separated afterwards. They get married.
No,
and then
there's
they're
a lot.
splitting
A
up.
lot of them have stayed together, but this is what I think of it. I think, especially this season, because this is the only season I've really ever been invested in. I think from the beginning, I think he liked someone specific throughout the entire season. He knew that he had to go through this whole thing. Maybe he liked 2 other girls. You know, he thought he could like them just as much. Wasn't sure. But I think from the beginning, he always liked one specific girl and he knew it was going to play out that way. But like, he still has to go through with the show of what he
Right.
signed up for. I think he actually said that. I think he said from the moment he saw or met Kelsey, he liked her. But he was like, I knew what I signed up for. I still had to go through the whole like process. And yeah, he knew.
Oh, so he knew early on who he liked?
I think
so,
he knew.
So that was my other question. If you know right away, you're like, I like this one over everyone else. Do you just play it as an actor,
have to.
basically?
Yes,
to
but
make an
also-
entertaining show?
You could really tell, like I told, like his demeanor, you could tell who he
Yeah.
was comfortable with and who he was just like, you know, trying to be a good guy for like the
Yeah, I mean, 50% of that is like completely written down. Like they tell him what to say.
Yeah, but
it's
I
fake.
I watched like I've seen like interviews and stuff and like podcasts that they've done after the fact, and a lot of it, like even one of the girls did a podcast and people were thinking she was going to be like the last one, and she was like, he was just like a friend that I wanted to fuck. Like he's
Okay, this one's really good. Okay, is this good dating advice? Stay in your league. If you're a 4, don't chat up a 10. She'll only
Holy
leave you
fuck.
heartbroken.
No, that's not
there's
true
no
at
such
all.
there's no such thing.
That's not true at all.
How do you like categorize yourself as a number? Like, do you go around asking people like, "Hey, bro, like, what am I? Am I a 4?"
I've done it in
Just
my
be honest.
Okay, there's a superficial way to rate yourself, and like overall I give myself a 10 because I like myself as a person. But if we're just but realistically not
Kennedy,
saying
how far do you think you are on the narcissistic spectrum? Like 0 to 10?
10 being like full on narcissist.
The most. Yeah.
I'd say like 5.
5.
She's not like a like
don't-
clinical narcissist.
No,
No. I'm just seeing if that correlates with calling yourself a 10.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not even just talking about looks. I'm saying like I think I am a catch. I have a lot to offer. I am stable
glad she
in many
thinks that
ways.
way.
Everybody should think of themselves as a 10. Like that's
I
why I'm
agree.
so picky.
Yeah, and if you
I'm a 1.
if you don't think of yourself as a 10, then maybe you need to think about what do I need to do to fix that? What is making me insecure?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Full body reconstruction surgery.
No, it's not even about that. It's like I feel like some people are like would maybe say like, oh, like I don't know, I don't like my job or something, or like I don't have good hygiene.
I
Well, it's
genuinely
probably
think
part of confidence.
I think I'm pleasant to be around. I think that I know how to have a fun time and all of that. I do have another number, like if someone was just going off of looks, but I've also literally read Reddit threads of people rating me. So don't worry, nobody has to humble me.
I think it definitely has to do with confidence. Like dad is a good example. Dad could be in a wheelchair, 120 years old, skin sagging to the ground, and he would still be like,
I am God.
I'm a fucking 10.
Dad has that blind, he has that blind confidence that like most narcissists have, which I feel like I have that, but in a non-narcissistic way. Like
Isn't that what a narcissist would say?
I'm just denying it. I like kind of have it, but not like that.
No, you're thinking of conceited. Narcissism is like the way you act, like it's your actions, and like you do things just to benefit you, that you don't give a fuck about other people. You're not empathetic. Like you're completely selfish. I've said before, if people want to call me conceited, I'm okay with that. I just fucking love myself. Like, why is that such
Who's the most narcissistic out of the 4 of us?
Kennedy.
She just answered it basically.
I think it's between
What's
Claudia and
the
Kennedy.
definition of narcissist? We should all take a narcissist test.
And
what is the
and what makes
definition of
me
it?
a
Yeah,
narcissist?
Cory, write that down. We're gonna do an actual narcissist test. Not now, Kennedy. We'll do it on the next episode.
What makes me a narcissist? I want to know.
Yeah,
I'm
what
looking
makes
up the
someone a narcissist?
Okay,
Because I
narcissist,
post
listen.
photos of myself.
A
I think anyone who
narcissist.
posts
Listen, I wanna hear
Listen,
this.
a narcissist.
Ow.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Turn her fucking ass down.
Now I know how to get your attention. A narcissist is someone who is often vain, selfish, and overly self-involved. Narcissism is also a personality disorder that can cause people to have unrealistic sense of superiority or grandiosity, which I don't have because I don't think that I'm superior to people. Like, I don't think that I matter more than the average person, but I prioritize myself.
I mean, you matter to yourself. That's-
Exactly.
I'm definitely not one.
But thinking you're God, like saying like how Dad says I'm God.
Dad is definitely one.
Dad knows he is. Dad doesn't give a fuck too. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't care. He knows he is.
And
That's
also,
wild.
we kind of have to be vain because we're constantly on camera. Like, my job is literally to film myself and edit myself and put myself on the internet. So,
You know, sometimes though I look at myself on my videos and I'm like, damn, I look ugly in that, but I'm posting it anyway.
Ugly, come on. Ugly is way too harsh.
Yeah, but like I post videos when I wake up at 5 a.m. I haven't even fucking
I
brushed
know,
my
but
hair.
ugly is like ugly. Like,
I don't
like from the
ever look at
inside.
myself
but-
anymore and think like, oh God, you look ugly there. But it's just like, ooh, I look a little bit rough.
What is this ugly? You know, we never were allowed
Have
to
you
say
ever posted
ugly.
a video like 2 years ago? When you posted it, you're like, I look like shit right now. Then you
Yes.
look back 2 years later and you're like, oh, I actually look good. Like, I like
yeah,
that
that's
haircut.
like all of my pictures I've ever taken.
Isn't
in
that
the
a weird
past.
thing? It's all, like,
I hope you don't
relative.
think that about your blue hair.
Oh, no, not that.
Anytime I look
That
at a
was
video,
crazy.
anytime I look at a video of myself, I'm like, oh God, that's a bad angle, or like, I really don't like this. I'm just like, it really doesn't fucking matter. Like, nothing like that matters at the end of the day. I don't care if there's a bad angle of me or like whatever. It's just so stupid. And I don't want to care about that. I don't want to assign importance to that in my mind. So I'd rather just fucking have the mentality of I like the way I look, and it really is just not that deep, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't. I feel like I used to care so much about stuff like
Same.
that, but honestly, like if I took a photo where I felt like I looked bad, but like Posey looked cute in it, I still post it.
Yeah, and
she looks
also
so cute.
And also, I feel like I've seen other people post photos of themselves where maybe they don't look the best. And I respect that because I'm like, if you can post a photo of yourself where you're not like, it's not a perfect angle, whatever, I feel like that shows confidence because you just don't care. I don't want to care that much.
Yeah.
I love looking good. I love doing my makeup and doing my hair and feeling really pretty and taking pictures of myself. But I just don't want that to be.
I think that's why you
myself.
guys do well on social media, because you can like post things without sitting there overthinking like how you look for too long, because you can like burn yourself out doing that.
Yeah.
And then you never end up posting anything.
I don't know. I used
Right.
to care more about that. I feel like when we, like, I don't know, back when the big thing was like taking really good Instagram photos, but now that it's like everything's about reels anyway and TikToks and whatever, like sometimes I look at my content and I'm like, I can't believe that I post myself brushing my teeth and swishing mouthwash on it.
Well, you post way more stuff than you used to back then.
Yeah.
So you
I
definitely
know.
got over something.
I just post because it's fun for me.
I used to, I feel like in my old YouTube videos, I used to be way more personal and have less of a filter. But now that I've gotten older, there's certain things I don't want to share and certain things I realize I can't talk about because if people comment about this, it's going to piss me off, or I've just learned what I feel comfortable sharing and not sharing.
That's the one
Yeah.
frustrating part though, is like I post content that I truly love making and enjoy, and of course there's always people that have to take the fun out of it for me and write like hateful things or mean things or I don't know, just like negative shit, and I'm just like, okay, like
It just sucks that you even have to read it.
Yeah, but
I should have somebody else read it.
When you think about the fact that we can even make money from doing this, I don't know, none of that matters to me. I'm just like,
I mean, yeah, but also regardless, like human beings aren't, I feel like no one is built to sit there and like read shitty messages about themselves.
I just don't get it. I could never write something mean.
It's not even just that. It's like there's people that are like literally obsessed with just writing hateful things.
I know,
like
it's, like,
the same
disgusting.
people every single time, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what is it? Like what?
They just hate their lives.
I
They're
don't
just
understand
miserable.
what is going on. That's like you've
That's it.
become infatuated with hating me.
Hate, jealousy is all starts from jealousy. Jealousy is hate. Jealousy is a horrible thing.
I'm going to throw this out there. I think we've talked about hate comments in every single podcast.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a problem that our family has.
It's not just our family.
No, it's literally become
problem
so
everyone
much
has.
worse. Like I feel like it's become so much worse lately. Like every single person I know that posts on social media gets horrible comments. Like, I mean, obviously I get so many great comments, and there's people that I see comment every single day on my stuff that I know that they're like my normal people that love watching, and they're just there to like have a good time. But you know,
Well, here's the thing. How many times do you guys, when you're watching a video, how often do you actually go and comment? I know you do on your friends' stuff
Never.
sometimes, or if it's like somebody else, but never. Do you comment on things?
You used to
You're
yell
one of
at
them.
me. You used to tell me not
a
to.
point that I'm trying to make here is that most people are silent viewers and they don't even comment to begin with.
I know.
I want to give a shout out to this one fan page I follow on TikTok.
Well, that's a lot.
Is that the one
That's-
that always makes the funniest edits of us that end up
Yes,
blowing
and they're
up?
so sweet.
What's the name?
Is this
We can't really
narcissistic
see.
to give a shout out to my own fan page?
No,
I don't care. I
is
just
the
want her to
name?
see
Kenny's here
this.
proving
she's
the
gonna-
point.
Because I saw
Question
this,
everything now.
She just makes the sweetest, cutest edits, and every time I watch
What
them,
is
they
the
make me
name?
smile. I4 Walsh.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I've
she
seen
makes
that
the
one.
best
Yeah, I've
one.
seen it.
Thanks, I4
And,
Walsh.
yeah, she does edits of
bringing a bit of
all of us,
positivity
too.
to our lives.
She's just been around for a while and always is saying and making the kindest things about all of us. So I feel like she deserves a proper shout out.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
We really
Okay.
do.
We love your edits.
Okay, last one, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, is this good dating advice? Make friends with hot lesbians. The best signal to a woman that you are desirable is to surround yourself with attractive women that you aren't interested in. So make friends with a
I
bunch of
can't
lesbians.
say that's wrong, but
I can't say
say it's
that's
wrong
bad
either, but,
advice, but
like-
I don't know what hot lesbians would be friends with straight men.
Me and Dakota. I mean,
if you're that
like-
cool of a guy and you can get lesbian friends,
Yeah,
Here's something that I noticed. Here's
definitely a
something that I
green
noticed
flag.
when I was younger, which is a complete fact. When I would go out with a bunch of guys, only guys, girls normally wouldn't give the group of guys any attention whatsoever. But if you go out as the only guy with
Mm-hmm.
a group of attractive girls, every girl there gives you way more attention.
I am going to say
I
this
don't know
right
what
now.
it is, but it's completely true.
The biggest green flag a guy can have is having a lot of genuine female friends that he's not trying to fuck. That is so rare to find in a man, but they do exist. They're just few and far between. But yeah, that's like, I feel like every woman would agree with that. If a guy has a lot of girlfriends.
Well, this is perfect because
That
it
can be
leads
a
us
red
into the next
flag.
thing. Can guys and girls be just platonic friends? Okay.
Yes.
Before you answer, we're going to go through each one of you. Actually, we're just
Okay.
going to have you raise your hand. Raise your hand if you think guys and girls can be platonic friends.
Are you serious?
Claudia's never
That
had a
is a-
platonic male friend.
That's
hold
a
on.
problem.
We're going to go through each one of you, and I want you to answer with one sentence why you think
I can't answer in one
that's
sentence.
the case. Okay, 2. You go first, Claude.
I feel like it's hard for me to say, but I just feel like there's always going to be someone that has some sort of attraction, even if it's small. I feel like, and it will never be acted on. I always think that someone, either the guy or the girl, or even both, will always have some sort of thought in their head about it being something more than just
Okay.
friends.
I used to think
What was
that way.
Yeah, just start it with
Okay, wait,
I
but
think.
let me also say one more thing before I finish. But I think if you are dating someone and you guys hang out as groups of friends, like let's say you and Dakota go out and you hang out with another woman, or you go out and you hang out even with like another guy or something, that to me is different. Like if you were hanging out one-on-one with a guy or something like that, or like, you know, do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, Mom, just start with I agree because, and then say your point.
I agree because I first of all, I used to be exactly the way you're thinking. As I've gotten older, I've changed my mind on that because I feel like, and yes, I agree with the part that one of you probably feel differently and stronger than the other one feels. But if it's imbalanced, then nothing's going to happen and you can be friends. So say there's a good looking girl and say I make friends with a guy and I just want to hang out and I genuinely have a good time. And yes, he's a guy. Guys always want to fuck the girl, period.
Okay,
no matter
but
what.
he's saying
we can
both
still
of
be
you
friends.
think platonically. That's not both of you thinking platonically.
But
If-
guys are always going to think that in their minds.
See, I
They're
don't think.
always going to think that in their mind. It's whether you go through with it or not.
Okay,
With that.
let's let her say her point. Can you start with I agree or I disagree, and then say
I
your point?
agree. I mean, I agree because I have them,
Exactly.
but
That is a really grown up mentality.
I also
Yes,
just
but
think
also don't.
I think
You
that-
can't-
Let her finish. Let her.
yeah, come on, like you got your turn to speak.
This is a podcast where you talk back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Let her finish.
I think that even if there is some sort of feelings there or attraction, let's say that, I don't think that can prevent a genuine friendship from being there. I think there might be like moments, but at the end of the day, also I just feel like the word platonic, like that just has a loose meaning for me because I feel like all of my friendships are very deep and like more like soulmate type of bond. So like I don't really view any of them as fully platonic, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think I do. I feel like I said, I know both sides because I used to feel like that.
Well, I think it depends on the scenario and who the people are, but
Yeah.
also the way I'm looking at it as a straight guy and a straight girl who both aren't dating anyone are friends and they hang out one-on-one like regularly. I just feel like someone is going to get feelings for someone else.
Probably,
Yes,
yeah.
they'll get feelings, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be a thing. It'll stay platonic.
That doesn't mean that it's not okay, but then one of the people end up in a relationship and the other person ends up getting kind of just like pushed away because they do have those feelings and they're jealous and whatever else.
Well,
You know
that's
what? Now
another
it's-
component of it is if normally these people are not in relationships and there's also like levels to it. There's levels to, I think it really
Yeah.
depends on the people, but specifically a girl like me isn't going to go searching for male friends or specifically straight male friends, but there are very few select straight guys that can be friends with girls that they might find attractive, but like I've met guys who have a lot of female friends and they're not trying to fuck any of them. They might think that they're pretty, but that doesn't mean that they're actively trying to fuck them. That's the big thing, is if the guy is, I can feel what a guy's intentions are just by the way he's speaking to me. It's so, you can see right through them. You can tell if they're trying to impress you, even if they think they're being subtle, they're not. Guys are so easy to read.
Yeah. It's literally reminding me now that I'm thinking about high school. I was friends with this guy, and him and I were really, really good friends. Yes, he thought I was attractive. Yes, he liked me a lot, but we were friends and we would talk about everything together. And yes, he watched me go date somebody for 2 years but he was always there and we were always good friends.
And did
to
you
this
still
day,
hang out one-on-one when you were dating someone?
We did hang out one-on-one. Yeah.
And your boyfriend was fine with that?
Yeah, he was fine. I mean, it's also about them trusting. So it's like, how much did he trust me?
I'm sorry.
To do that?
I wouldn't want Jesse hanging out with some
Well, yeah.
girl that he
Also,
was friends
Claudia,
with.
you've never really had, like, you had guy friends in high school, but I feel like, first of all, that's just different because you're like a part of this whole group and you're forced to be around each other. But to actually have, as an adult, to have a friend of the opposite sex who you feel like isn't actively trying to pursue you, it can be really fun and really nice to have, because it's like, it's just a different kind of
Anytime
friendship.
I've had a guy in my life that I'm like, oh, he's my friend, and I only look at him as a friend, he ends up fucking taking it a little too seriously and thinking I
haven't actually experienced that because I don't normally let guys in as friends because I'm just like, oh, I can see right through you, but it exists. It's just rare.
I feel like it does exist. And I also feel like if you can have that, it's a very healthy thing to have, in my opinion.
I just want to throw, every time that I've tried to be friends with a girl, usually doesn't work.
Well, you guys are young still.
And when have you ever
I think
tried
so.
to
I
be
think
friends with a girl?
I think it's
Multiple
very
times.
different when you get older, when you're like,
It is different,
when you're
too.
more in your age group and people are kind of just more casual. You know, you've all gone through different things in life, like marriages and whatever else, and you're kind of just more in a casual phase where you just want to be friends
But
with
even
everyone.
so, like when I was in high school, I had a really good friend. There
I
was a
don't
guy
know. I just think
that lived in the neighborhood, and
it doesn't work because of like what I said. Like you can be great friends, and then someone starts dating someone, they become more distant, and then the
I
one
just think it
person
I think
depends
becomes
who it
jealous.
is.
I think it depends where the common interests lie. Like
And
I can
depends
see
who it
myself
is.
being not necessarily like close friends, but having like a business relationship with a girl who happens to, I don't know, let's
That's
say
not a
she
friend.
works.
That's not a
exactly. So like,
friend.
what I'm saying is, what are you doing with that friend?
Yes, imagine if they're
Outside
just your
of-
best friend. Imagine it's like how Cory is to you, but it's a girl. And you hang out one-on-one, you go to get dinner together, you watch a movie together. That's not
Yeah.
normal if you have a girlfriend. Huh?
You don't know what we do.
Yeah, you don't know what we do.
I don't. Maybe you fucking do more than that.
In closed doors.
But I'm just saying, like, imagine, like, okay, for example, me and Jesse, if he had a friend that he's had for so long and it's a girl and, you know, he used to do things like with her, like go to the movies and go to dinner, even if it in his mind is platonic, I wouldn't be okay with that because I'm like, that's the stuff that me and you do together. Why do you need another fucking girl?
I get that. It depends on the person.
Guy friends I have, it's not like we go on dates like that. It's more just casually hanging out like you do with your girlfriends.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
here, let me reword. I think single guys and girls can be friends, but I think once one gets in a more serious relationship,
Yeah. Also, speaking from a girl perspective, if a guy friend started dating a girl, I wouldn't be talking to him as much because I wouldn't want that girl to be like weirded out or feel any sort of threatened by
yeah,
by our
but you don't have
friendship.
to think. You don't have to think like that with a friend that's like your best friend. That's
Well,
a girl
exactly,
that you've had
but that
forever.
doesn't mean that guys and girls can't be friends. It just means there's more unspoken rules. But also, when someone starts dating someone, they naturally spend less time with their friends anyways because they're obsessed with that person.
Right. Or they just invite.
Yeah, but usually you can
person
go
with
back
them.
to your girlfriend and tell her all about your new relationship and this and that. You go to this guy and let's say he has had some sort of secret attraction and you start telling him, he's just going to get like maybe negative or defensive or not want to hear about it. Or I just think there's so many more.
I just
like,
feel like if the person
yellow-
says,
someone
"Oh,
throw
if you
yellow
want,
tape.
include them," and if they feel included and they have the choice to go, then and they get along
I think
with the
the
person.
only way
Otherwise,
that
they'll say no.
that
but
like that situation could work, like if someone started dating someone, is if you hang out as a group, like you're not hanging out
Yeah.
one-on-one with that person anymore, but you're like bringing them in as a couple.
or if you
and
hang
hanging
in
out.
as a group and then say the person says, "Oh, blah 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 wants to go have lunch." Oh yeah, go ahead, no problem, because they know them already.
What
and
about this, Claudia?
It's trust. It all comes down to trust.
What about if
That's it.
you're both dating somebody and you want to hang out? Do you think that's weird?
If you're both dating someone and you want to hang out one-on-one.
Yeah, just like catch up.
I mean, I feel like if you're catching up like over lunch or something, that's one thing. But if you're like, yeah, let's go see a movie, or like come over, my significant other's like working on a trip or something, let's come over and hang out and we can catch up. Like, no.
So
that's
I think
weird.
it comes down to, yes, men and women can be friends depending on the man and the woman and who they are as people, but it gets a little bit more difficult when one of them is in a relationship, because you want to be kind to the person they're in a relationship with and you don't want them to feel weird. Like if I was constantly asking a male friend to hang out and he just started seriously dating this new girl, I first of all, I would never do that, because I'd be like, that's fucking weird. And I wouldn't want that girl to be like, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I think you can, if you're both single, you can be friends, but there has to be an understanding where if one or both people are attractive, the other person probably will have some kind of fantasy about their friend.
Yeah, but you can't stop somebody's
It's inevitable.
fantasy.
It's just the way that humans are. Yeah, but that wouldn't be like fully.
It's
that wouldn't
still
be
platonic.
That wouldn't be like. Let's say you're completely straight. It wouldn't be like Cory and I's friendship or something. Like there would be a thought in your head. Like if Cory was a girl, for example, there might be a thought in my head at some point about.
Yeah, but that's
You know what
still
I mean?
a platonic relationship if
Sorry,
you don't
Cory.
do
You're
anything.
the only other guy here who's not related to me right now, or person here.
You're Brandon's only
You
friend.
know?
What if one person reveals feelings to the other friend? Can they still be friends? Can you still be friends?
It's going to change
Depends.
something.
I wouldn't say that that's
It might
platonic
not.
at that point.
Exactly. That takes away all of it. Even if
Okay.
someone has a secret fantasy, that's not platonic.
It is platonic.
I don't
because-
think. I don't necessarily think if someone has secret fantasy, that's not platonic. It's about how you act on it, how you handle it.
Exactly. It's the act of it.
I just think someone's in their head is thinking if they're picturing you naked, that's not a platonic
You need to look up the
friendship.
I don't know.
definition of
I've pictured
platonic.
all of my friends naked at least a few times, or seen them naked.
Well, Kennedy,
That's wild.
you see your friends a little differently. Like you would probably do sexual things with your friends.
Exactly. So that's why it's hard for me to say that I have any platonic relationships.
Exactly. So you
Platonic
don't.
is the act of it.
Wait, so maybe it
Exactly.
depends on where you are.
Read
on
the definition of platonic.
No, Mom. Maybe
Yeah,
it
what's the
depends on where you are
definition?
on the gay straight spectrum. Like if you're really straight.
Platonic. A love or friendship, intimate and affectionate, but not sexual.
See?
Their
As long as
relationship.
it's like-
okay, but thinking sexual thoughts is sexual.
Yeah,
sexual.
but it's only if you act on it.
It doesn't
I don't
say
know.
that.
I just have a sexual
Well,
brain,
that's
though.
what it is.
It says that it's characterized by an absence of romance or sex. Okay, if in one person's head they're thinking sexually, that's like romance.
No, it's not. You have to do both. It has to come from both sides.
No, I don't think so.
So
Yes, it
no
does.
flirting. So you can't have any flirting.
Of course you can
regardless
flirt.
of what platonic means, if one person is getting sexual in their head on someone else, that is not a normal friendship.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go and say none of my female friendships are fully platonic, probably. But I feel like I can be platonic with a man once we get past a certain point.
Well, then maybe you're not really.
I think the difference is,
Into
Claudia,
men.
you're just like super straight. So that's probably why.
Exactly.
Kennedy, you're blurring the lines a little bit. Mom, I don't even know where you are. So
You know what? I used to watch a show called Three's Company. I'm sure you guys don't know what that is because I'm older and you just don't know whatever. And it was a guy
What's it
living with
called?
Three's Company. It was a guy.
Like Three is Company.
It was a guy living with two girls. They had platonic relationships, but he loved them so much. And he would constantly be making sexual advances and
That's
different
sister
things. And
wives.
no, but it's platonic.
It's a
If
joke.
he's making sexual advances,
What?
it's not.
Not like like he'd be like, ooh, like he would say stuff to them or joke with them and stuff, and they still had a platonic.
Okay, so
that's
my
how they were
question
able
is-
to live together.
If you jokingly flirt, is that still platonic?
Yes,
I don't think so.
Yes,
it
it
just said
is.
without romance or sexual things.
romance. What is
Listen,
romance?
I think the same way sexuality is a spectrum, the platonicness of friendships is also a spectrum.
I guess
Exactly,
it has to be.
there you
'cause
go.
Honestly, we could probably debate this all day.
I think it's
Yeah.
personality dependent. You and
Exactly.
Kennedy have a similar, more like
Exactly.
open personality.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. And it also depends on the other person too. So
Me and Mom are both
And
sexually fluid.
every website has a different definition.
there you go too. Like that's which one do you use?
Platonic relationship.
You don't want to fuck them. That's
Oh
the
wait,
thing.
see, this one
That's
says
platonic.
the Cambridge Dictionary, whoever the fuck that is. A platonic relationship or emotion is loving but not sexual.
Right.
Okay, but if you're thinking about that person naked, that is emotional.
Oh, you need the Webster Dictionary.
Okay.
Don't you have
we're
one
gonna
here?
move on. We're gonna
I'll
move
tell
on
you
to the
this
next
much.
bit. Okay,
me and Scarlett do not have a platonic relationship.
what have you done?
Yeah, what have
I'm
you
gonna
done?
say that on the podcast. Don't put that in there. I don't want people to know what we do. It's more romantic
No,
than anything.
yeah.
It's not about
Yeah.
like the sex of it all. It's just like when you have a deep soulmate connection with someone, we don't even think about sex like that. It's more just like you love each other so much. Being naked isn't a big deal. Touching each other isn't a big deal. It all just feels like, I don't know,
Touching each
natural.
other. Like what kind? Touching?
We don't. Let's not get into that.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't need it like that.
What?
I mean, might not want that on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey's not going to put that in there.
He might have.
Just Corey, just do it on bleep. Corey's not gonna put that in there.
Just Scarlet bleep. Everybody knows at this point.
Okay, we'll go into a game. This is one more game, and then we'll be done. Okay, we're gonna play. Actually, I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. Okay, I'm just gonna ask the questions. These are all questions for Mom, right? And then you have to choose which one of us three is more likely to. So this is all on you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
God.
Mom, if you were sick, who would you want to take care of you?
Well, that's a given.
Claudia, why?
Honestly, I feel like all of you would.
Yeah.
She's the nurse number one. She's
I
very
would want
nurturing.
Claudia too.
And she's very, I mean, if I was sick, Kennedy would run away. Like throwing up, she'd run away.
If you were any other types, when you had your shoulder thing, I rubbed lotion on you and stuff. I'm fine with that. But if you're
Yeah,
throwing up,
yeah.
I'm not doing shit.
Yeah, Brandon would just like make me toast and like throw it across the room.
That's
Be
what
like,
I did
"Here."
when I was a kid.
You bring it to me, but you just like.
No, remember when you were so hungover, I brought you crackers and Gatorade and made you drink the Gatorade? And
Yep.
you're like, okay.
She's very nurturing.
Or when I came back after eating a brownie and Claudia gave me,
Oh, yeah.
she's like, I looked this up and if you like suck on the dum dum pop, you'll feel better. And I was curled up in a fetal position on my bed, like sucking on a lollipop.
Oh my God, that was so bad.
While picking this up tonight, it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
That's
Honestly,
another
that's
story.
a fucking good story.
Yeah, that was a
all
good story.
fucked up.
The funniest
We have-
part of that though is Cory. All I remember was Cory was. I think I like came downstairs at one point and Nick and Cory were in the living room and I look at Cory and
Yeah.
he's just like wide awake and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "I'm fine."
In his head, he's like, ah.
He totally
No,
wasn't.
I walked in the house at like midnight or something. You guys were home, and Corey and
Wait,
they're
let
both
me
passed
just
out.
let me
Passed
just
out,
set
but-
the. This is what the scene was when we arrived back at the house. This story needs to be told in depth.
Yeah, it's a very funny
because I
story.
remember all of it very well from the point that I picked them up. We get back to the house. Nick is standing on the front lawn, not bent over, standing up. This fucking, how tall is he? 6'5"?
Yeah.
This 6'5" man, just with his head bent over, projectile vomiting into the lawn.
And it was all water because he drank so much water when he got
Yes.
high that he couldn't contain
And
it
as
anymore.
as he's puking up the water, is handing me a crumpled up water bottle, saying, "Can you put more water in this?" Then Brandon is barely crawling inside. He's barely making it in. Corey's the only one that's like coherent, but also completely wasn't. I could tell you the fear in your eyes.
The funny thing is, I was on a date and I had just gotten there, and Kennedy calls me, and I'm like, "Oh my God, she never calls me. This must be an emergency." And she's like, "Brandon thinks he needs to go to the emergency room because he did too much weed. He ate too much brownie." And I'm like, No. Where's Claudia? So I had her go pick you guys up. Or she called
Kennedy
you.
comes running in my room and she was like, "Brandon called me and you just need to talk to him." And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "I don't know why he called me." And she like gives me the phone and it's Brandon's like, "I need you to pick me up."
Because the
And I was
tone
like,
of
"Send
his
me the
voice-
address."
we gotta save this story.
The tone of his voice, I had never heard you speak like that before. And it sounded like you were joking at first because he was like, "Kennedy, I really don't feel good." And I was like, I also had a thing before you guys left. I very vividly remember you're walking out the door and I was like, "Be careful, don't eat too much." And you both were like, huh. You all were like, huh.
Brandon
Oh,
literally,
there's so much to this story.
he regressed into full on like toddler mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. That was the night I accepted death. I'm not even kidding. I thought I was going to die. I genuinely thought I was going to die. And I was like, okay, I guess this is it. I really didn't do anything that I wanted to, but now I'm dying. So whatever.
Yeah, you can't die from that, but it
no,
makes you feel like it.
I was like, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah,
and it was also the situation that we were in
Right,
that
I know
house,
that,
which we'll
right.
talk about.
Yeah, that's it's all
made it
mentality when it
worse.
comes to weed. It's literally just mentality. That's why I've never freaked out with weed, because I, in the back of my mind, know that I'm okay and that weed can't kill you. It can just make you feel like you're going to die if you get into this vicious like cycle of thoughts, and there's a way to
But
control
also,
it.
I think if you're not someone who smokes, you can definitely
Yeah.
green out,
Yeah.
eat too much, and
Yeah.
then just get sick because you ate too much.
Yes.
Oh, God. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Mom, if you had a movie night, who would you invite? You only can choose one.
That's Kennedy.
Yeah, I knew that.
I was expecting that.
Damn,
Sorry,
why?
guys,
Why
but-
Kennedy?
Just because when her and I watch movies together, I mean, she's great too, but when her and I watch movies together, we just laugh our asses off at shit. Although me and you did watch a few movies in Florida that when we were there those couple years, and that was fun. But she just gets into it with me the same way, and we'll just talk about it. And like, you know, I'm just one of those people that don't like to be quiet and watch a movie.
Same.
I like to talk about it, and it gets on people's nerves, and I know it
Same.
doesn't get on her nerves. Like her and I have gone into it before where
Unless
we
it's a
are laughing
serious
so
movie. I
fucking
remember
hard.
me and Mom saw
Ouija.
A Star Is. Oh yeah, me and
Ouija.
Mom
It was
saw
funny.
A Star Is Born together, and I remember at
my
the end
God.
of it, we were both sobbing so hard that I literally
Yeah.
was about to like throw up in the theater because I was trying to like contain it so much. I was like. So I was like sobbing so hard, but I couldn't be loud.
Yeah, that must have been in Florida because then when I
No, it
got there,
wasn't.
I remember you guys made me watch it for the first time. I was sitting on the floor
yeah.
watching it in Florida, and I was literally trying so hard not to burst out.
Well, I
into
remember
tears.
looking at her because I was crying, and I looking at her, and then I start laughing. We're just like laughing because we're both crying.
Yeah,
at the
that's
same
what
time.
happened. We started laughing.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Okay. Mom, if you were short on money, who would you ask first?
Ooh, that's tough, man. Probably Claudia.
That's
Claudia,
what I
that was
thought
a-
you were gonna say. Yeah,
Good response.
Claudia's
Yeah,
most
she's
generous
just-
with her money.
She's the most generous. She's just like.
But
yeah,
I just told
period.
I
That's
told
it.
Mom
She's most
not that
generous.
long ago that she would never have to worry about money again. Even if you ran out of money, I would just give you more money.
Like that. Made
I would do it
brought
too.
tears to my eyes. Like, oh. I
Mom,
know.
I would give
I
you-
think you all would. I think you
Yeah.
all would.
I would give you
honestly.
money, but I would make you work for it, like clean
No.
my house or something.
I would give you money without. I would do anything for you, Mom.
Thank you. I remember one time I found $800 in your old room.
Yeah, you
In a
took
cup.
it. didn't-
I took it.
You took it. What?
Yeah, I took it because I had to clean that shit room up.
Yeah, she deserved it.
$800? Why the fuck did I have $800 hidden away in my childhood room?
You had 800 bottles of full water in there too.
I'm like, seriously, why did I have that money in
that
there?
room was
I
disgusting.
do not know, but you were saving
You
it
couldn't
for
pay
something.
me $800 to clean that room.
I think I forgot. I hid that money when I was a kid and I forgot about it.
Brandon was saving it to run away.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's so weird.
I don't know.
And how
I
do
was like, damn.
How do I forget about almost $1,000 as a kid?
I don't know, but that was like a treasure find
you
for
weren't
me.
a kid. You were in like high school and college.
What was I doing with that money? I don't know.
Maybe you went
I can't
gambling.
believe you don't remember.
There's probably more stuff hidden in that house somewhere.
No,
I always hid stuff on the walls.
No,
Okay.
we went through the whole thing.
I found your weed in an event once.
Yeah, I
and
hid
took
weed in
it.
an event. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Terrible.
remember that.
Okay, Mom, if you needed help burying a body, who do you call?
You.
Thank you, Mom.
Only because you can do the heavy lifting.
Not just that. He would think smart about like where we would bury it and like
this would be
how, like,
Brandon's
the whole
reaction.
plan.
I'd be like, Brandon, I killed someone. I need you to help me. And he'd be like, you would be
What?
so irritated because it's such an inconvenience, but you would still find a way to help.
And he would make
Run
sure
over.
that it gets done and done really like
Brandon would be
good.
like, we need to chop it up in a blender and then burn it.
I need to dissolve it.
Okay.
Actually,
Well,
you should say
I've gotten the worst one so far.
you should say
What?
me because I listen to tons of true
I thought
crime.
about you too. I thought about
let's
you.
be real. If that happened, Mom would probably call every single one of us
Yeah.
because she can't help but to tell all of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You would end up getting yourself arrested right away.
No, I wouldn't.
Blabbermouth.
I'd be like, fuck, let Brandon handle that.
Mom, you
I don't
cannot
wanna
lie.
know
If a
my
cop knocked
hands.
on your door and
I
was like,
know.
"Hey, somebody's missing," yeah, I don't know what happened.
I used to be a really good liar. Ask my mother.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but I
Not
was
anymore.
so good at it.
I don't know. You lost
Yeah.
that skill.
Yeah, there's no point in lying.
Okay, Mom, you are in prison and you get one phone call. Who do you call?
Oh,
Dakota.
No, it has to be one of the three of us.
That's a good one.
It
She'd
would
come get me right away.
It would be Dakota, but if it was not Dakota and it had to be one of us three, who would it be?
Claudia.
Claudia.
Kenny's in New York.
Well, Claudia's the motherly
And
type.
Kenny doesn't have a
Yeah,
car.
Claudia would definitely figure it out and come get me right away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Claudia's like mom mode.
Brandon would be like, I gotta finish coding first.
I'll be like, yeah, give me like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it becomes like 4 hours.
I can't disrupt my flow state. Give me 2 hours.
True.
He'd be
Your
"Mom-
flow state?
Mom's in
God,
prison.
you're
She's safe.
weird.
She's okay. I'll just leave her there.
That's like what yoga people say.
My mother's in prison, but I
Flow
can't disrupt
state.
my flow state.
Where did you learn that?
It's like flow. People reference
Yeah,
it as
I
flow.
do that all
Where
the
did you
time.
get that?
It's like when you're in the zone. You can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, but where did you get it? I know you didn't come up
podcast.
with it. I knew
It's
it.
not from a yoga thing.
I know, but I knew you got it from somewhere else.
It's like a yoga term.
Flow, my yoga flow.
They call it flow state.
Okay, your flow state.
There's like a product called flow state too. It's like a pill that you take.
to pee.
No, like a that would be a good name for
It would.
a urinary tract
Pretty sure
infection
there
product.
probably is one to help with people who like can't urinate on their own.
That would suck.
No, they just
Okay.
use catheters.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's medications for it too.
Okay,
I
mom.
think.
Who do you go to if you need relationship advice?
Oh, man.
One of us three.
Mom, this should be
That's
fucking
tough.
easy for you.
Yeah, Kennedy.
Yeah, you can't influence what she says like that. It could have been me.
I would say Kennedy, but you guys would have good relationship advice too, though.
No, Mom, literally,
But definitely her
Yeah.
because I talk to her all the time about stuff. So
it's always been like that though, too, I feel like. Like, we've had deep conversations about your relationships all like throughout the
Yeah.
years.
well, me and her have talked about it before.
People think
Kenny's-
that I don't
Kenny's-
have good advice because I've never
no,
been in
you
a
have very
relationship.
good advice.
Yeah,
you have amazing
Kennedy
advice.
always gives really good advice. Honestly,
Thank you.
you should have been a therapist.
I keep telling people if I didn't do what I'm doing, I would have become a
Nah,
therapist.
you wouldn't make a lot of money.
I know, but I would enjoy it. It would be
You wouldn't?
fulfilling.
No, a therapist?
They can
They
make
don't
a lot
make
of
that
money.
much money.
That's not true.
If you're a
Depends on how
therapist
good
for
of a
like
therapist you are.
really rich people,
I
you
actually
probably
remember,
go out.
Brandon, when I was in high school and I took AP Psych. It was the only AP class I ever did good in. And I told Brandon, maybe I'll like major in psychology. And he said, don't do it. You'll make no money.
Here's my point.
Look at
There
you
go.
now. Living in New York. Okay, next one.
Living in
you
New
just
York,
got really
bank account slowly being drained.
Mom, you just got really good news. Who do you tell first?
Depends on what the news is. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I think it depends. Probably Kennedy.
I knew it was going to be
Kennedy.
me.
Kennedy again. Why Kennedy? Huh?
But it's
why-
hard
why Kennedy?
because
She would tell us all eventually.
I would tell you, yeah.
Would I be? Oh, it's like when you said, "Oh, I love you and I'm so proud of you," and you thought you just sent it to me.
and she sent it to
But I was
all
the
of
last
us.
one in the list. She was like, "Oh, I feel bad, so I'll send it to Brandon."
That's not true.
I was first.
You were first?
She's so dramatic with the way that when I tell her things, like when you tell somebody something and they're just like,
Yeah, you want like
"Oh,
a really good
cool."
reaction.
Yeah.
Like if I want a really, really good reaction, that's her because she'll just
Oh,
be
I love that.
animated.
Honestly, Mom tells us a lot of things in me and Kennedy's group chat. You're not in it, sorry.
True.
yeah.
Because
What about Salem's fan club? What happened to that group
we
chat?
have that group chat, and you must have it on mute because you don't always answer.
Right. Well, a lot of times I think you're doing something and you don't want to hear it.
He just ignores us.
Well,
Right.
the last conversation was about I don't even know baby bottles.
That was on that.
I hearted some. Oh, that
Brandon, I love
Wait,
when
it
you
was on
respond.
that?
I love when Brandon responds in the group chat.
Yeah, because he
Me
never
too.
fucking responds, so then it actually means he's.
So sometimes, like if I
Something.
want to say something, like I'm like, do I put this in Salem or do I put this in Cat Hags?
sometimes they just get mixed up.
cat hags.
Our name is Cat Hags.
I'm pretty sure I chose both of these. I'm pretty sure I
You did.
titled both of these, and me, Mom, and Claudia's is titled Cat Hags, and then the other one is Salem Fan Club, which is our childhood
Yeah.
cat that died.
We've had that group for like 4 or 5
But
years
I've
now.
like literally, I think about it. I'm like, do I put it in this one or this one? And I think Brandon's probably working. He doesn't want to be disrupted. I'll put it in Cat Hags
But we always
that's
answer
pretty
that.
respectful, Mom. I appreciate that.
because
Well,
you don't
then you
like
get
it when
left
you
out
keep,
on things.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you get
I
left
just
out.
read through the last one it was Mother's Day. I messaged you
Oh,
on Mother's
the-
Day separately,
Right. You did.
and then they messaged. I'm not going to message again.
So wait, what
Okay,
did I say
well-
about the mug she got me? I thought
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was in
yeah.
I
Cat
don't know.
Hags.
These
You want to talk?
conversations.
You
are-
want to talk about Mother's Day, Brandon?
Yeah, why don't
he
you
was,
say
like, 2
what
hours
time
late.
you showed up?
I was in DC. Okay.
And I
You
was
called
in
and
New
told me.
York.
Yeah, motherfucker. And
That is
also,
true.
let's look back at the text where I tell you, I will start it at 12 for you so you have time to get back here from DC. Is that okay for you? And you said, yes, I'll leave at 10:30.
Okay, well, you know what happened?
You drank too much.
No, the hotel I was at said, I'll give you 4 p.m. checkout as a gift. And I said, well, I got to use that now.
Okay, I don't even know whether you're lying or...
Terrible excuse.
Also, I got a free breakfast, and I'm not
That sounds more like it. It sounds more
You would
like
have
you
gotten
wanted
free
breakfast.
breakfast here.
Exactly.
not as good as DC breakfast.
I
do you know you
prioritized
didn't
my
eat
mother
it?
that day, and I got on a
okay,
train
I
at
was
8
1
a.m.
hour late.
And Brandon was prioritizing creating a
It's
mother.
okay. He called me. He called and he said, "Is it okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course."
You should have said
No,
no.
yeah, no, that is the thing. I called you early in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
It was like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And I
Brandon's
said,
like,
I'm
"Is it
going to be
okay?"
late today.
Brandon
Is it okay?
has and will always get whatever he wants from mom.
Yep.
I mean,
What?
I didn't know Kennedy was going to be there. So like, if I knew she was going to be there, I'd have been like, "No, you need to come," because
It would have been worse if I didn't like call you and then
Yeah.
I just showed up
Oh,
super
yeah,
late.
that would have been
I told you, I was
pretty
like,
bad.
are you good if
But
we
I
move everything a
still would
little
have
bit
been
later?
okay with
And
that.
you didn't tell me
because-
that. It was that I was the one cooking the damn breakfast.
Oh yeah, you messaged me.
Look,
well,
I
you
don't-
stalk me on these tracking apps.
Listen, I do not expect anything from anybody. So when I do get stuff from you guys, that's respectful. Like I appreciate it like 1,000 times over.
That's the best perspective to have,
Yeah,
Mom.
I don't expect.
Good stuff. We've
I just
trained you
don't.
well.
Anyway.
Oh no, we have a few. We have like 1 or 2 more. If you got an extra ticket to a concert, who would you take?
She was like Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Again.
Easy.
Okay, Kennedy. We
I
probably
don't think
know
you
why.
two wouldn't want to go.
This has the same thing to do with the movie. I don't like concerts that much,
Yeah.
certain ones, but we went to the Ariana Grande concert
Yeah,
once,
it
and I
was
was
awesome.
like, it was cool, but like,
I
You were
I
bored.
can only go to a concert if I literally know every song. Like when we went to Harry Styles, it was really awesome. But like also, I didn't know half the songs, so I couldn't even sing along.
Well, her concert was amazing, and Brandon was bored, but I was so
I just got
excited
really
to watch
drunk 'cause
Kennedy.
Kennedy got us like VIP tickets or something.
Oh,
so we
that's
just
fun.
I just kept going back.
I was
and
watching
drinking the whole
Kennedy.
time.
That's what I
was
would've
the only
jump
guy.
around more than Ariana Grande because I was just watching her loving life.
I was going
So I was
fucking crazy
going
that
back
night.
and forth to the stage to her. She was going nuts.
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's when I got you tickets.
No,
That's when
I got
Wait,
myself
you
tickets.
But when I got you tickets for a video a while ago.
Yeah,
what was
and
that?
they
Yeah,
never.
that-
oh, it got
they never-
canceled, didn't
Oh, it got
it?
Oh, it got
canceled.
canceled
Those
so many times.
fuckers.
Yeah, I
Okay.
bought my own
Last one.
VIP tickets.
Good job, Kennedy. Proud of you. Okay. Last one, because the cameras are overheating. Mom, if you needed a kidney transplant, whose kidney do you take?
Not mine.
Really, real serious question here.
He said not hers.
I mean,
Why not yours, Kennedy?
the
My
healthiest
organs.
one? I don't
my
know.
organs are tainted.
Kenny is an
I
auto.
wouldn't want to put her through
Yeah,
an
she
operation
would-
because she's already
yeah.
been through so many. So or so
It'd
much
probably
shit.
be me. Then my hair would fall out. From
I
the
would choose
anesthesia.
Brandon for sure.
I feel like my kidney might
That's
be too
tough.
large for your small body.
It's not
Is
true.
that true? Wait, are kidneys
Is kidney what grows
small and
back?
large?
I feel like Claudia might be the perfect fit.
No, we
Like
would
a-
have to be a match. Like I don't know what.
God, I would feel so bad because I wouldn't want anyone to go under. I'd just say, let me die.
No.
Also, it wouldn't
You
be from
wouldn't.
one of us. It would probably be from a donor.
Yeah.
We would just all put our money together and buy you a real expensive, nice one. like the
if-
top of the line
If
kidney.
it was life or death and I had to give it, obviously I would give my kidney.
Yeah, I would feel really bad about doing that. I couldn't pick anybody.
Just choose Mom. You can choose me. I'll give you my kidney.
I just couldn't pick anybody. I
She would
couldn't.
pick me.
Well, it's between
She
one
would
of
pick
us,
me
'cause-
because I would end up saying I'll do it. You'd be too much of a pussy to get surgery. Kennedy
Oh,
would
that's
fucking go
true.
into a flare up.
Come on, choose. You got to choose one of us. Come on. The
I
cameras are
can't.
burning up.
Claudia.
Claudia.
Just
yeah,
because she
I'm
said
the
she
one
would
that has
offer.
to get poked
Okay.
and
Well,
prodded.
this was a test to see who was the favorite child, and it's obviously who is it, Cory? Let's add them up.
It's a tie, but it's not you.
It's a tie, not me. It's a tie
Okay.
between your two daughters. So you fucking hate your son.
No, that is
That-
fucked up.
That's not
because
true.
First of all, it's the questions
I
that
just
were
get
asked.
picked. I just get picked for all the medical and money related things, and Kennedy gets
You're
picked
like
for
the
all
mom.
the fun.
Kenny's like your sister. Claudia's
is-
like
I'm the
your
fucking-
mom.
Keep
Yeah,
in mind
so,
that Kennedy and I used to hang out a lot
Yeah.
when she was living in when she was younger.
I'm just the
we would
pay
do
pig.
everything together.
Claudia's the pay pig.
Me and Mom have always been really close. Claudia's the most reliable one, which is a great thing to have. I'm the most fun, and Brandon
Let's go over the one question that I actually got. What was the one? The burying body question. That was the only one you chose me for.
Brandon,
the
we
only
need
one.
to
You
end
think I'm a
it, and you
fucking
keep fucking asking
psychopath?
questions.
You
Okay,
think I'm a
more
psychopath,
questions.
Mom?
More questions. Come up
No,
with a
we're
new set
done.
of questions.
The game's over.
Next time, come up with a new set of questions because it's the questions you
over.
asked
We're
that you knew
overheating.
I would pick her.
Everybody
and you knew I would
knows.
pick her and less of him so he could give me shit. See, it's going exactly the way you planned it.
Say goodbye, Brandon.
Bye, guys. Thanks for
Goodbye,
watching.
Brandon.
I'm not going to be here next time.
Bye.
I need to go touch grass.
I need to go touch ass. See you guys next time.